You can never have too much Bitcoin. We're big Bitcoin bulls. Our thesis is that Bitcoin is digital property, but without the risks and liabilities of commercial real estate. It's a digital commodity without the risks and the liabilities of gold. It's a digital tech investment without the risks and the liabilities of big tech. And so we're bullish. When banks on Wall Street and responsible custodians are managing Bitcoin and the industry takes its eyes away from all of the shiny little tokens that have distracted and demolished shareholder value, I think the industry moves to the next level and we 10x from here.
It's been about 38 months since Michael Saylor's software and business intelligence firm MicroStrategy started acquiring Bitcoin as a primary holding for its balance sheet. Since the first $250 million purchase, MicroStrategy has made several multi-million-dollar purchases, the most recent being a $5.3 million purchase made in October. With the latest purchase, MicroStrategy now holds 158,400 Bitcoin acquired for a total cost of $4.69 billion at an average of $29,586 per coin. Since the end of Q2 2023, MicroStrategy has spent $167 million on Bitcoin. Yet the firm's co-founder and executive chairman Michael Saylor says they have no intention of stopping or even slowing down anytime soon. During his latest interview with CNBC, Saylor, a renowned Bitcoin enthusiast and billionaire investor, discusses his firm's Bitcoin holdings, the software side of the business, and three important events he's looking forward to in 2024. According to Saylor, the 2024 halving approval of a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and the proposed rule change by the Financial Accounting Standards Board will do a whole lot of good to Bitcoin's price and continued adoption in 2024 and beyond. We will now bring you clips from Saylor's interview. The conversation begins with Saylor talking about the ongoing multi-year partnership between MicroStrategy and Microsoft, his outlook on Bitcoin, especially after a spot Bitcoin ETF is approved, and how such approval will impact MicroStrategy. Please watch, share, and like this video. Also, ensure you drop your comments and observations below and subscribe to the channel so you never miss any of our subsequent videos. Thanks for the support and enjoy the video.
We're really excited about our partnership with Microsoft and AI. We're the first BI company to put AI into our product line, and it provides great artificial intelligence boost to our business intelligence business. We're going to use it to grow the business by acquiring new customers, and also it's accelerating cloud adoption within our customer base.
Does the introduction of an ETF help or hurt investor appetite for MicroStrategy specifically?
Well, I think it's going to help. It's going to accelerate adoption, and it's also going to accelerate institutional awareness and education efforts of Wall Street to teach the 99% of the investors that don't know about Bitcoin what it's all about. MicroStrategy is a differentiated offering. I think spot Bitcoin ETF is a great thing for investors, but we don't charge a fee. We use intelligent leverage, and we can generate a tax-deferred Bitcoin premium for our investors. So for people that are really long-term bulls on Bitcoin, we represent a pretty attractive option or alternative to a spot Bitcoin ETF.
Presumably, you think the SEC is going to be forced to approve this. Can you give us a time scale on when this might happen?
Well, I think the Bloomberg analysts that cover this, they're of the opinion that it's highly likely to happen by early January. I think it'll happen when it happens. But long term, I guess the most important point to be made is institutions are adopting Bitcoin. It's highly likely that it will happen, if not by first quarter of next year, at some point in the coming 12 months. And we know the halving is coming. So if you've got a 12-month to 48-month time horizon, this is a pretty ideal entry point into the asset.
Outside of the ETF approval, which many people believe could be announced any day soon, Saylor is also looking forward to the 2024 Bitcoin halving and the introduction of fair accounting principles for cryptocurrencies by the Financial Accounting Standards Board. About 2 months ago, the Accounting Standards Board unanimously voted in favor of fair value accounting for crypto assets held on corporate balance sheets. Currently, the board only allows companies to report price gains in the value of their digital assets when they sell them, though losses are reported at least annually. But with the new rule change, the board will allow companies to show gains and losses on crypto holdings immediately in their income statements. According to Michael Saylor, fair value accounting eliminates a major impediment to corporate adoption of Bitcoin as a treasury asset. The rule change, coupled with the very high possibility of a spot Bitcoin ETF in 2024, will mean more investors, including multi-million-dollar money managers and large corporate organizations, will buy Bitcoin. Saylor predicts at least a 10x increase in Bitcoin's price when all these things are put in place. Here are more clips from the interview.
Most of the natural sellers of Bitcoin in the market right now are Bitcoin miners, and they have to sell to pay their electricity bill and their capital cost and retire their debt. That's about $1 billion a month worth of selling into the market. The protocol forces that to be cut in half as of about next April, late April. So you're going to see $12 billion of natural selling per year converted into $6 billion of natural selling a year. At the same time as things like spot Bitcoin ETFs increase the demand for Bitcoin. So that's why all of us are fairly bullish over the next 12 months. Demand's going to increase, supply is going to contract, and this is fairly unprecedented in the history of Wall Street. Long term, this is going to open the door for corporations to adopt Bitcoin as a treasury asset and create shareholder value with their balance sheets. I mean, the big dilemma in the market today is the Magnificent Seven. 7 companies are generating all the shareholder returns, and 7,000 companies are struggling to create shareholder value. MicroStrategy's secret is we're leveraging our balance sheet as well as our P&L. We've got more than $5 billion of assets on our balance sheet, and Bitcoin is growing at 3 or 4 times the cost of capital. So imagine what happens if other companies are able to use their balance sheets as assets instead of liabilities. Right now, the existing accounting, it favors using credit and sovereign debt, and the after-tax yield of credit isn't keeping up with cost of capital, and the result is most corporations pursue dilutive strategies of acquisitions, share buybacks, dividends, which are taxable, and they can't really hold billions and billions of dollars of capital and beat the cost of capital and generate shareholder returns. So this FASB accounting allows you to mark up and down the asset. It allows you to recognize investor gains. You know, if Berkshire Hathaway didn't have Apple, it wouldn't be a winning stock, but it's not practical for 1,000 companies to hold Apple stock as a treasury reserve asset. It is practical for them to start buying Bitcoin, and FASB's accounting opens the door for that. The liabilities are the early crypto cowboys, the crypto tokens, the unregistered securities, the unreliable crypto custodians. For the industry to move to the next level, we need to migrate to adult supervision. We're going to need big banks to become the crypto custodians. We're going to need Wall Street to take a role, and we need to rationalize away from the 100,000 crypto tokens, you know, yo-yo coins that people are manipulating, to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an asset without an issuer. It is the one universally recognized protocol that's a commodity in the space. So when banks on Wall Street and responsible custodians are managing Bitcoin and the industry takes its eyes away from all of the shiny little tokens that have distracted and demolished shareholder value, I think the industry moves to the next level and we 10x from here.
MicroStrategy recently had its earnings call for Q3 2023. During the earnings call, Saylor discussed just how far the software and business intelligence firm has come since adopting a Bitcoin standard in August 2020. Saylor noted that between the time of adopting a Bitcoin standard and the end of Q3 2023, MicroStrategy's stock price has climbed by 242%, even more than Bitcoin's 192% increase during the same period. He also notes that this index has only gained 25% over that time period, while Nasdaq has gained 17% and gold has lost 2%. Silver and bonds have performed even worse, losing 18% and 24% respectively over that time period. During the call, Saylor also noted that the approval of the spot Bitcoin exchange traded product will be really great for Bitcoin. There's a lot of discussion of spot ETF. He began, if and when they are approved, we certainly think that they're beneficial to the entire asset class. It will represent an on-ramp for capital on Wall Street to come into the Bitcoin ecosystem, and they'll dramatically increase the availability of Bitcoin as an asset to both retail investors as well as institutional investors, corporate investors, and trusts and endowments and the like. Please share your thoughts on Saylor's interview and outlook for Bitcoin in 2024. Do you agree that we could see a lot of significant upside price movements when all of these events take place? Please drop your comments below. Also, ensure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos. Thanks for watching.